Hey, it's Uncle Josh, and we're gonna get back into some Wasteland 3. Okay, so when we left off last time, we arrived in Denver, and we saw the statue of Ronald Reagan shoot lasers from its eyes, and his wives, the Nancys, they've wanted I guess they're gonna let us have an audience with Ronnie.
Partner? Pilgrim?
Okay,
Hoss?
Oh.
Cow? Person? Partner?
The young man gives you his best stoic, steely-eyed nod. Sadly, he looks like he's about to sneeze. Something wrong with your face, kid?
Darn it. I'm just trying to do it like all rangers and marshals and cowboys in the stories do it. Nodding and squinting and staring right through you. You know, tough. Hard. My name's Bill. I have a stupid question. I know it's stupid, but I gotta ask. I just gotta know.
What were you gonna ask us?
Have any of you seen my ma anywhere? I told you it was a stupid question. How would you know if you saw her? I don't even have a picture of her. I just... you forget I asked.
Your mom's missing? Since when? What happened?
It was about 6 years ago. She had a fight with Mother Nancy. Called her a bunch of things I'd never heard before. They wanted her to become one of those God President Reagan's wives. It's a big honor, but I guess she didn't want it. She said she'd leave before she married a machine. They told her, okay, go, but I couldn't go with her. She left anyway.
Oh, poor Bill. You ever tried looking for your mom?
You you mean like the stories? Walking the West with a 6-shooter in my hand, saving my mom from Injuns and cattle barons and railroad men? You think I should do it?
Why not? Go find your ma, kid. It'll be an adventure.
A scrawny kid doesn't stand a chance out there. Just look at him.
What was that?
Nothing important. Go on, kid. Find your mom. Go be the hero.
Really?
His eyes blaze.
Oh, I knew it. The minute you said I should leave, I knew it was the right thing to do. Oh, thank you.
Well, I don't know if that was the right decision to make, but I made it. And there's a door over here that requires lockpicking. What's down here? Oh, it's that spot that I wanted to look at. Sysadmin logs, shorter control chip, turret chassis, scrap, and some acidic sludge.
Sysadmin log entry 509, testament of Sister Nancy Justice. Another unexpected proclamation today. Mother Nancy has ordered a full audit of Regan's neural net to try and isolate the cause. Sysadmin log entry 1821. Testament of Sister Nancy Justice.
Cool, Corey,
Regan's
creepy
behavior
doll.
is increasingly erratic.
From plate
He's having
insert,
conversations
scrap,
with persons
and an
only
LED
he
matrix
can
and
see.
shard chip.
I fear that I don't have the code craft to make this right. Sysadmin log entry 2403. Testament of Sister Nancy Justice. The God President demanded to speak with Nancy tonight. When we asked which Nancy, he flew into a terrible rage. Had to initiate an emergency shutdown for repairs.
Sysadmin log entry 3314. Testament of Mother Nancy Reliance. This log has reached the end of its usefulness and will be terminated. Effective immediately.
A small nameplate describes the clock's time zone as Freedom Standard. The Wyman? A lean, weathered woman sizes you up as you approach.
If you're looking to get patched up, I'm your gal. They call me the Wyman around here, but I prefer Doc.
The Wyman?
If you're a Nancy and you do something the other Nancys don't like, they shun you and call you a Wyman. Yeah, no idea what it means. Maybe some kind of rat or insect or something. Anyway, you'll hear a lot of things about me in this shitty city on the hill. None of them good. But nobody can fault my doctrine, so you don't have to worry.
Why did they say bad things about you?
Well, I was Regan's second wife behind Reliance, and now I'm not. We'll just leave it at that.
So you quit being a Nancy?
Quit? Ha! I was excommunicated. Mother Reliance burned my Nancy wig and used my red suit for a toilet rag. She'd hand me over to the Godfishers if anyone else in this Girl Scout camp knew their way around a medkit. Speaking of, I could use your help to drive that point home. I might be able to waive the fees for treating your wounds, if you're interested.
What do you want our help with?
So, like I said, Reliance would have Ronnie light me up if she didn't need me. So, I need to make sure she doesn't start looking at other medical options. Pretty sure the robots at the machine commune have some tricks for healing humans, not just machines. Every once in a while, a Gipper patrol will get lost, injured, and then a couple of days later show up bright as rain, escorted by a couple of robots. Obviously, Reliance has Ronnie blast him before any commie sleeper programming can turn on, but if you're in the commune and get some kind of data on their clinic, I'll heal you up for free from then on. And throw in a few medical supplies, too.
Sure, we'll look into it.
Great. Thank you. Just don't mention this to anyone else, huh? Especially not Forge. Pretty sure she wants this intel too, but if I share, it won't win me an inch with Reliance.
Remind us what you wanted us to find again.
Too much head trauma? I want any hard data you can find on how the robots heal people up. And remember, don't mention this to Sister Nancy Forge.
If you're not happy here, why not move?
So where? Colorado Springs? Huh. Why would I bother trading one dictator with delusions of godhood for another? Besides, Colorado Springs has plenty of doctors, and the Patriarch would likely string me up within a week for speaking my mind.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, okay, you're probably right.
Got any supplies for sale?
See for yourself.
First aid station. Ultra morphine. Bones. Sticks. Casa Regretta. Mile High mug filler. Under Fire by Oliver North. Injury kits. I better have a look and see what I need. I could use some injury kits. We'll buy some of these. Can always use more of these. And we'll sell some junk to kind of even things out. So we have a new quest. Well, this is the one we got. We have to attend an audience with the God President inside the Western Whitehouse in the Denver ruins. Meet Mother Nancy Reliance and Regan inside the Western Whitehouse at the northwest corner of the Denver ruins. And then the Zealot. We need to extract Valor Buchanan from the Western Whitehouse in the Denver ruins. Okay. Now we've got counterintelligence. Figure out why the commune is so good at healing humans and repairing its own. Then deliver the info to the Gippers. And we'll get free healing, combat stims, med darts, nitro spikes, injury kits, and boors. Let's go fry kite. A horde of godfishers are at the Gippers' gates. Reward. Regan ornament and $250. So we have to destroy 3 camps, War of the Worlds. Oh yeah, we gotta go to the tellurium mine. We've completed those.
This ain't a charity, Rangers. You need a med kit? Talk to me.
Oh, pictures of Ronald Reagan. Reagan, the mighty and merciful. First Lady Nancy Reagan riding a mighty weapon of peace. Oh, this is a good one. A speaker next to the door crackles to life.
Welcome to the Western Whitehouse. God President Reagan is expecting you. Please come in.
We'll step away. War journalists are said to have photographed Reagan at his most iconic moments. The original images are lost to time, but history lives on through acrylics, the most precious of all paints. That's a good one. Reagan riding the Velociraptor, waving the flag with a machine gun. The Gipper, making the world a better place for all Americans. Before the deluge of fire, our God President's stare cripples his foes while the Nancy's gentle smile graces the world with joy.
Look, I know y'all are a big deal, but that's Gipper property. Hands off.
Let's talk to the mechanic.
I wish I could get an audience with the God President. That's private property, partner.
Aw. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Book of Bonzo, Colorado dollars, and cigarette butt.
My fellow Americans, well, turn with me now to the Book of Bonzo, chapter 12, verse 1. Blessed are the job creators, for the tax cuts they receive will trickle down to the middle class. Well, blessed are the nukes, for they protect our freedom from the evil communists. Blessed is the oil that sustains our military-industrial complex and makes us, well, a shining city on the hill. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great on Wall Street. Success sells. Greed is good. Well, amen.
Okay.
Welcome to the Western Whitehouse. God President Regan is expecting you. Please come in.
I guess we'll enter. The heavy door swings open.
Thank you.
What is this? Those are the Desert Rangers! They work for my father! You promised to keep me safe!
Calm down, Valor. God President Regan has everything under control.
There he is, right there.
Well now, welcome, Patriots. Nancy and I, well, we appreciate your selfless service and want to thank you for it. You are true Americans and, well, good neighbors. Now then, help yourself to some jalebi and let's get down to business, shall we? As you know. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to... If it takes a blood, let's get it over with. Well, what do you say?
What the heck was all that about? Are you alright?
Americans are not going to tolerate intimidation, terror, and outright acts of war against this nation and its people. How do you tell a communist? Well, it's someone who reads Marx and Lenin. And how do you tell an anti-communist? It's someone who understands Marx and Lenin.
Marx? Lemon? Who are they?
It is the Soviet Union that runs against the tide of history by denying human freedom and human dignity to its citizens.
I'll be happy to explain, Rangers. Communism is a foul philosophy that tricks people into giving up their individuality and submitting to the will of the state, which commands them to work for free and relentlessly attack those who don't subscribe to their ideology. It is an evil beyond reckoning.
We'll go with the kiss-ass 4. How anti-American. They need to be wiped from the face of the earth.
I think that most people in this country would say yes. They are better off than they were 4 years ago. Why shouldn't we believe that? We are Americans.
That's enough, Ronnie. You did very well. But it's bedtime for Bonzo now, okay?
Okay, Mommy. Well, I'm sleepy.
I know you are, darling. Night-night. Thank you for joining the God President and I in the sacred server room, Rangers. Before we discuss why you're here, I have a proposition for you. A favor that would make us look more favorably on your requests.
We're only here to discuss Valor Buchanan and the oil situation in Colorado Springs.
I thought it might be that. Well, if you do a favor for us, we'll be happy to reciprocate. My husband, the God President, wishes to transfer his consciousness to a human body. To accomplish this, we must acquire a... What was it, Valor?
A cybernetic transfer module. It's amazing. Basically, what it does is...
That's enough for now, Valor. But yes, we must acquire this transfer module from the filthy communist robots that occupy the Denver airport. Or rather, we'd like you to acquire it and bring it here, to us.
I can try.
Once God President Regan has a human body, you'll be rewarded with money, a fine weapon, and we will relinquish our claim on Valor and restart the oil to Colorado Springs.
We're gonna need some more information first.
Very well, but I warn you, I have a very limited supply of patience.
Why would your god need a transfer module?
There are a lot of issues with the current hardware. The read-write heads alone are...
They don't need such technical details, Valor. Suffice to say, though the vessel containing the God President was meant to be everlasting, that has proven false, and a new vessel is required. Ronnie has announced his preference for the vessel to be human.
How do we know you'll keep your promise to turn over Valor?
You morons! Mother Nancy always keeps her promises.
Oh.
And anyway, she's not the boss of me. I'm here because I want to be. Helping the God President become immortal is very important work, okay?
Thank you, Valor. As you can see, Rangers, he's a talented and driven young man, fully dedicated to our cause. Nobody is being held here against their will.
Tell us more about these robots at the airport.
They call themselves a commune and say they are working for the betterment of all sentient beings. It's a lie. They put on a friendly face so they can turn humans against each other. Mark my words, they'll try to trick you too. But their end draws near. Once we have what we need from them, they will be dealt with like the dirty communists they are.
Any other dangers to watch out for besides the robots?
The Godfishers are always a danger in Denver, but trained mercenaries such as yourselves should be able to handle them. Now, I serve at the pleasure of a god, Rangers, and I don't have time for this non-committal dithering. Are you going to help us or not?
It's a deal. We get the module, you turn over Valor and resume oil shipments to Colorado Springs.
Agreed, but only after Valor helps us transfer God President Regan into a new body.
That's right. They can't do this without me.
Yes, dear. Now keep working. Meanwhile, our home is at your disposal. I'll tell the sisters you can come and go as you please. Make America proud, Rangers.
So now we need to retrieve the cybernetic transfer module from the machine commune at the Denver airport. The Gippers want to transfer the AI mind of Regan into a human body. They need an ancient piece of technology to do it, and the robots at the machine commune have it. We'll get the Regan's gaze and some rockets and money. Okay. Let's try talking to Valor.
So, you're the Rangers. I hear you've been showing the marshals how it's done. Keep it up and maybe Daddy'll make you his chief bootlickers. Well, you can go back and tell Saul I'm staying here. The Gippers are my family now.
How'd you end up with the Gippers?
My father sent me here as punishment for being smarter than him. Stupidest thing he ever did.
You're doing alright here, though, it seems.
Damn right I am. The Gippers understand my worth. They're not blind like my father. I'm the foremost tech and computer expert in the world. You name it, I've taken it apart, put it back together, and made it better.
As modest as he ever was.
Just a tiny investment in hardware, and I could have given my father access to all the 100 families' records and secrets. No, but he wasn't going to shell out for any tech unless it could kill someone. Idiot.
Got a pretty high opinion of yourself, huh?
Well, opinion means I can't prove I'm better than you. I can any day of the week.
What was your dad thinking sending a genius like you away?
Liberty attacked Colorado Springs, and the city alarms didn't go off. So he blamed me. He said I fucked up. I didn't fuck up. Those alarms were sabotaged.
Sabotage by who?
My sister! She stole the codes from my room before she left! It was her fault, not mine!
The Patriarch's my enemy, but at least he's strong. An oak. How did he give birth to this spinach?
The hardware looks really old. Is it hard using it to set up a mind-body transfer?
Well, that's an understatement. The infrastructure around here is fine for pumping oil and powering the defense systems, but we're trying to usher in the next era in human-to-God interfaces. It's pushing this building's systems to the limit. If I could just squeeze out some extra power, we could supercharge Regan's statue and still have enough juice for the transfer process. The upgrades don't require a genius like me. Even you could do it. If you want to make some extra money, I'll pay you to handle them. And there are also some system parts which would become redundant. You can have those too.
Sure, what do you need us to do?
3 terminals manage our key systems. Everything from the Regan statue's weapons to heating the building. 2 are in this building, but 1's near the statue. Look at each terminal, figure out the problem, fix it. Simple.
We have the wealth of Colorado beneath our feet, Rangers, and you've seen our wonders firsthand. You will be fairly compensated for any work you do.
Sounds like you've got a grudge against Colorado Springs.
Idiots! They're all idiots! They think they're the center of civilization! No, not without oil, they're not. Let's see how civilized they are a few months from now.
So about those system upgrades.
What about them?
Is this work actually important, or were we just helping you keep the lights on?
In this springtime of hope, some lights seem eternal. America's is.
Hush, Ronnie. The answer to both questions is yes. You have only seen a fraction of the statute's full power. If our systems are upgraded, we can unleash its full potential and complete the transfer of Ronnie's consciousness into a human body. However, obtaining the cybernetic transfer module is still our top priority.
What do you need us to do again?
3 terminals manage our key systems. Everything from the Regan statue's weapons to heating the building. 2 are in this building, but 1's near the statue. Look at each terminal, figure out the problem, fix it. Simple. Given the power readings in here, you haven't touched a single one. So how about you get started?
Can you give us a good reason not to drag you back to the Patriarch right now?
The automated turrets, the protection of the Gipper himself, all the Nancys who swore to defend me.
Can't help noticing you're planning on having everyone else fight for you.
Well, I never claimed to be a fighter, but here, I don't need to be.
Okay, see ya.
Not if I see you first.
Oh, Reliance's manifesto, scrap, and Colorado dollars and tin can.
People do rather get the wrong idea about us. I can't say I mind. Let us be underestimated and ridiculed. They think our Ronnie is dead and never coming back, and they are wrong. They accuse us of seeing communists in every shadow, and, well, they are right. But so are we. Make no mistake, dears. We are surrounded by the vestiges of the evil empire. They have turned our great nation into an irradiated graveyard, and they expect us to weep. But we are steel, sisters. We do not bend, nor do we rust. We endure. So let them laugh at us. We are the wives of the God President, and we will endure until he returns to us. Until then, his great work lies before us, unfinished. We will arm our sons and our daughters and teach them to hunt communists and snake-tongued socialists. From birth, we will turn our children's hearts to unyielding stone. With our blessing, they will bring peace back to the world, one bullet at a time. We do this in the Gippers' name.
Actually, I'll have a look now at that computer. Immortal Complex terminal. You tap a key and the battered console screen flickers on. Project Immortal Complex. Master terminal. No modules detected. Click on an icon labeled StarStationWars.exe. Small screen pops up. Missiles streak down from space, striking a planet below. You watch it for a moment before realizing you're supposed to stop them. You don't do half bad, but there are soon more missiles than you can handle. Your star station explodes.
Oh, foolishness. I don't know who put that game on Ronnie's console, but it is an utter waste of time.
Mother Nancy Reliance shakes her head. You turn back to the screen just in time to see the high scores screen close. And the initials, MNR, at the very top. Yeah. Game over. Returning to main menu. We'll play it again. Play another game with the strange missile game. You do a little better this time around and get an extra life. It comes in handy.
Don't you have anything better to do, Rangers?
No. No, play it again. Zoop-a-cow.
I didn't even see what killed you there.
Game over. Returning to main menu. Try it again. The cow. Ah.
A mutiny, huh? That's a shame. You have to keep your crew paid, Rangers.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else.
Don't hit the keys so hard. You'll break the keyboard.
You notice that Mother Nancy Reliance is watching you play now. Arms crossed, fingers tapping her forearm.
Good flying, Rangers. Shame about that missile.
I'll try playing it again.
Those alien spaceships move too fast. They're a damnable nuisance. No! Shoot the meteors first. They're faster.
This is funny. Yeah, I've had my fun.
I cannot and will not stand by and see this great country destroy itself.
Ooh.
You don't appear to have the module. Why have you returned?
We found a talking car that told us it was President Reagan's limousine before it got trapped underground during the war.
A talking limousine? How absurd. Sounds like a ploy by those commie computers to abduct my beloved Ronnie. I hope you destroyed the abomination.
Don't worry, we blew it to hell and sold it for scrap.
Good. A fitting end. Now, was there anything else before you returned to the task of acquiring the module?
Sister Glory asked us to handle your Godfisher problem. Anything we should know?
Sister Glory means well, but we can handle a few scattered plain savages. You stay focused on getting the module and resolving our deal.
We have questions about the mission.
Bring us the cybernetic transfer module. Then we'll restore the flow of oil to Colorado Springs and release our claim on Valor Buchanan. Is any part of that unclear?
What is wrong with the president?
You are referring to God President Reagan's tics? Yes, well, my dear Ronnie is just as sane as he ever was. It is the machine that contains him that is failing. These outbursts are caused by faulty wiring and aging hardware.
So your God's just a simulation?
Simulation? The God President is the real and actual Ronald Wilson Reagan in digital form, downloaded into this sacred vessel before his worldly shell failed him. He is, in a very real sense, the last true American, the only man left who lived before the deluge of fire and who knows the secrets of the old world. And through his leadership and wisdom, he will return us to that old world. He will heal this broken land and make it once more a patriot's paradise, the shining city on the hill.
Nerd Stuff 5. Simulating an entire person would require some heavy-duty hardware.
I told you Ronnie is not a simulation. He is an adaptive intelligence. His memories are stored magnetically and transferred in and out of storage by read-write heads. Those, in turn, deliver data to and from his processing units. Sadly, the components have degraded over time, and occasional tiny errors have crept in. We've had to work around them.
We'll go with the Nerd Stuff 6. Keeping a sentient AI intact under those kinds of conditions is an incredible feat.
Thank you. You're more insightful than most of the outsiders I've met. A pleasant surprise. Maintaining the God President's hardware and software requires talent and training. It is a difficult job, but rewarding. Our duty is a holy one. But despite our expertise, we can't change the fact that Ronnie is housed in pre-war machines, and repairing them grows more difficult every year. That is why we're finding him a more natural vessel where his divinity can flourish unbound.
Who's the lucky recipient of Regan's brain?
We are reviewing the health and fitness of numerous candidates.
Can you explain what a cybernetic transfer module is exactly?
Our young Mr. Buchanan is handling the technical side of things. Valor, dearest, could you please explain the details of the module for our guests?
I don't have time for this, but if you insist. The module was built to create a direct connection between a human brain and a machine intelligence. It was scrapped after it overwrote a researcher's brain. Allegedly. I'm inclined to believe that was human error, or a weak-minded subject. The design specifications are incomplete, but I know enough to fill in the gaps. Clearly, the device is meant to transfer information to a human mind, not overwrite it.
Perception 5, the corner of Reliance's mouth twitches in a secret smile.
Thank you, Valor. That was an excellent summation. This transfer capability is precisely what we need to move the God President into a human body.
Actually, we want to ask about something else.
Yes?
We have questions about the Gippers.
Outsiders always do. Ask away.
We've met a woman called the Wyman who claimed she was once a Nancy. What happened there?
Wyman is the name used for a former Nancy who has schemed against the God President. One who has spurned his great gifts and fallen from grace. Fortunately, there have been few Wymans over the years. That particular Wyman claimed I was misinterpreting the God President's pronouncements for my own benefit. Nothing but jealousy. Were it up to me, she would have been cast out entirely. Lucky for her, my Ronnie is a merciful God. He merely divorced her, thus making her a Wyman. She is permitted to remain on the premises because of her medical skills. But holy ground like the sacred server room is forever forbidden to her.
Why is Valor with you?
He is a brilliant computer technician who feels as strongly as we do that the God President must have a new vessel. Without him and his knowledge, the transfer would be impossible.
Oh, Dad's gonna shit his pants when he meets the new Regan face to face. It's gonna be awesome.
How did the Gippers come to be?
In the days after the godless communists rained fire and death from sea to shining sea, the God President awoke in the ruins of the city on the hill and mourned the loss of the world he'd built, and the loss of his wife. So mighty was his grief, so heartbreaking his suffering, that it was heard across the gray and burning world. Men raged with him at the dying of the light, and women wept at his loneliness. But one woman did more. She healed his wounds and gave him solace. In gratitude, the God President named her Nancy, the first Nancy. Then he led her to this building, dubbed it the Western Whitehouse, and decreed that it would be the heart of America reborn.
Are the Nancys the God President's wives, or is it more like a title?
We are his wives, and we all hold positions of great responsibility in his government. It is the highest honor in the land. Some of us are warriors, like Sister Nancy Glory, standing strong against the barbarian hordes. Others are scientists and technicians, Sister Nancy Forge, for instance, built many of our weapons and defensive systems. All of us serve Regan to the best of our abilities and work to prepare the next generation of wives to serve him likewise when we die. It is our sacred duty.
Why are you mother when the rest of the Nancys are sister?
The sisters protect the God President's people and enforce his laws. I protect the God President himself, and I interpret his wisdom. This has been the honor and the duty of every Mother Nancy since the first. We brief the God President on state and business issues, disputes between citizens, and once he speaks on them, we put the intent of his words into action.
You interpret the intent of Regan's words? Doesn't that kind of make you the actual leader here?
You mean that I could interpret Ronnie's words in any way I wished? That he is just a figurehead, and I am making all the decisions? Ridiculous! For one who has been at his side for half a century, the God President's intent is always perfectly clear. I am only his wife. I have no power but that which passes from him through me, and no ambition but to serve him well.
Actually, we want to ask about something else.
Yes?
Okay, goodbye, Mother Nancy. So I think we've learned all we can. We still have to upgrade the key systems. Valor explained that the cybernetic transfer module was created before the war. Allegedly, it erased the brain of a human researcher, which halted its development. Ooh. So while we're here, I think I'll ask the Wyman to heal.
You ain't dead yet, so that's something.
Can you patch us up?
Sure, but this ain't a charity.
No. Alright.
Hold still.
Goodbye.
Take care.
And we're back with big news. It seems that the infamous Desert Rangers have arrived in Denver. Stay tuned for more developments. Wait, is infamous the bad one? They always forget.
And there's the statue of President Reagan. Okay, so the machine commune is that way. Where am I looking now? Oh, there's a chicken down here. A new well, Colorado dollars, and human teeth.
Boss, freeze the Gipper, we struck oil! What? When? Just now. Remember the test wells we were drilling out in Zone 5? The last one came up a gusher. The foreman thinks there could be enough for 100 and... Great. Now, shut it down.
Emergency Reliance has spoken. We're cutting off the oil supply to the godless commies in Colorado Springs, so we're suspending operations immediately.
But the oil!
The oil's been there for 1 million years. It ain't going anywhere. Cap the well, and I'll forget about your brief crisis of faith in our sacred leadership. Understood?
Oh, okay. So I think I'm gonna save the game. And we're gonna end things here. And in the next one, we'll continue helping out the Gippers. We still need to go to the Godfishers camps, and then we gotta go to the Robot Commune. So we'll do that in the next one. Until next time.